the very latest.
I want to talk about something that I heard Royce the 5'9" say. He says that the West Coast makes the best albums. He said that the West Coast makes the best albums. So let's go through. So the West Coast, they're like they're melodic before. I feel like the West Coast are the beginning of melodic music. Like, obviously the East Coast, hip hop was birthed in the East Coast. Some people, if you ask some people, they would tell you that hip hop was born in Jamaica. Some people will say that.
We should talk about that as far as Jamaican influence on hip hop.
Like Jamaican influence on hip hop hip hop was. I mean, if you really think about it, hip hop was birthed in Jamaica because. So, what's his name? Kool Herc is Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
Kool Herc is really responsible for, in my personal opinion, Kool Herc is the godfather of hip hop. Now, some people can also say that hip hop was birthed in America and it was birthed through disco. And then we took disco and just took that thing and just made it ours.
I think it's a blend. I look at hip hop as an American art form. But the reason why I do is because Herc was sampling Motown. I'm saying he was sampling a bunch of Motown joints as far as the music that he was cutting and mixing.
That's true. That's true. That's true. You're right. But the actual the way the art form was presented, the way DJing was, that all came from Jamaica. A lot of that came from Jamaica, how they get on the mic and all of that, But it's black art.
It's black art.
It's black art, but coming into 90, when the Chronic dropped, holistically that album is from top to bottom is a banging album, probably one of the best albums. You can go on and on about you got the Chronic, you got Nipsey, you got Snoop, you got you can go into the Dog Pound stuff, DJ Quick. These albums are phenomenal, but the thing about the West Coast, they came back to back to back to back. It's just they make complete albums. Do you think though, in your personal opinion, do you think that the West Coast make the best albums?
I think, what you said, the Chronic is between the Chronic album, stuff that's done with Snoop, and now we got Kendrick. And as far as the West Coast, it's definitely up there for me. But it ain't we don't have our own dope melodic samples. I'm saying the stuff that we got from Pete Rock and CL Smooth, the stuff that we got from, a little bit. It's mainly Pete Rock and CL Smooth, but Eric B and Rakim. But for real, for me, it's Pete Rock and CL Smooth because the way that they sample.
Can't forget about My bad. Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, that's the group I was thinking. Tribe Called Quest, Jungle Brothers, New Nation. Like I'm saying, like that 90s hip hop, that East Coast hip hop will never be forgotten. And I'm saying, and let's not forget Big. Like when we talk about
Bad Boy,
and this is what I was talking about, like Jamaican, as far as like the influence, as far as like the hip hop artists, like the best like rap artists, like I don't know if you know who Joey Badass is, but this like as far as like a dude who's got the talent to be like one of the best MCs out, he's definitely. But before him, I would say it was Big, who's Jamaican, his mother was Jamaican. Before him,
Jay-Z I think Jay-Z's Haitian and Jamaican. I think Jay-Z's from Jamaican descent too.
Oh, hey,
I think.
Pete Rock is deaf, but Pete Rock is from is Jamaican, and I'm saying, and Kool Herc is Jamaican, and I'm saying, and like I already said, Big E and Joey Badass. So I'm saying it's like, and it's that natural rhythm and that flow. Like when you talk about flow, I don't feel like anybody had a flow like Big. Has yet to see a flow, someone who can flow over anything. And the way that he was able to use the bar samples and James Brown joints and all them joints that he was using, it's a contest. It's a battle. It's not just like they got better albums. Bro. It's not like they just got their stuff is just way better. It's just like it's better than ours. As far as right now, though, best rapper in the game, I give it to Kendrick.
And see, that's the thing. Kendrick is West Coast. His albums. Kendrick album is probably better than most of the legends that we know. Albums. I'm not talking about like bars. I'm just talking about a complete album. A complete album. Like the man make albums where you can play it. You can mix the songs and mix the order up and go from backwards, like from front, like from back to front, and it's still in order. It's still like as far as the skits and everything. So you take all of Kendrick song, not all of them, but like what album was that? Good Kid, Mad City? No, it was Damn. It might have been Damn.
You talking about latest?
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is you take Damn, right, and you take the song that's at the end of the album, like you play the album backwards, meaning like the song listing backwards. It's in order when you do that. Like he made the skit so that way when you play the listing backwards, it's still in order. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is crazy, man. Like, but Kendrick makes really, really good albums, man. It's just, I mean, it's a good point in terms of like, Death Row and TDE. Like these labels have made like phenomenal albums, man. It could be just a matter of opinion, but it's a good point. I mean, it's a good point to bring up because I mean, and low key though, I'm gonna tell you, low key for real. I thought about this years ago. I thought about this what he's saying years ago. And because when I heard, what album was this? When I heard Chronic 2001, I'm like, man, these West Coast, they make the best albums. I mean, they hitting them. I mean, Ice Cube.
So what about the South? It's
albums.
You feel like they got it now?
They have the game. Well, I would say this. I feel like it's becoming, the game now is becoming more balanced, but it's still Southern influenced.
Yeah.
It's still Southern influenced because, the South came with something that they thought was going to die, and it did not die, man. It just kept on growing and growing. And then now Chicago's in the mix with the drill music, and
you think their albums are still like qualify up there with drill
Who?
music. Chicago with drill music.
Well, I would say that I don't think I would say that an album has to be completely balanced. And when you listen to albums like The Chronic, that's probably the most balanced, one of the most balanced albums that you're going to hear.
I'm so
you know,
putting up there.
Why? I don't dislike The Chronic. The Chronic is one of the greatest albums that's ever been made. Just because I don't think that Dr. Dre is the type of producer that I like. I don't think that he's a true producer in the way I see producing. Dog, Daz, Warren G, all the people who produced that album. These are West Coast producers. By the way, Daz is one of the best producers, period. Like, he's one of the best ever, man. Like, I'm not saying he's like the best, but I need to start giving Daz his props.
I give him props, definitely.
You know, but just to answer your question about the South, I don't think that the South makes good albums. There's only a couple of them that I'm like, you know,
Outkast.
It's like, yo, yeah, like Outkast, Goody Mob, T.I.
Hold on.
I'm gonna go over there. Lil Chris, they, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like classic albums. Like, you know, we can go over to 8-Ball, MJG. We can go to Crit. We can go to Scarface.
Yeah.
It's like I said. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. If I had to, because here's the thing: the South had it for a very long time. We going on like almost 20 years since the South has been rocking. Because Lil Baby is popping right now.
Yeah.
Can't forget the Baby. Can't forget the Migos.
Well, wait a minute. If you're gonna put that, you gotta include J. Cole too, because he considered the South too.
He's the South.
J. Cole, even though I don't consider North Carolina as truly South, but that's no here or there. Because the South, because North Carolina is very East Coast. They're one of the states that's very East Coast influenced. Like they're still being, North Carolina still being influenced by Virginia, Maryland, New York. Like, they're still like right there. Now, when you get past North Carolina and you get to South Carolina, to me, that's when it's like, you know, all right, that's when you start getting to the South. You know what I'm saying? That to me. But
so real quick. So what about Kanye? As far as what Kanye has done, especially like I've said it plenty of times. I will listen to them first 3 albums till I'm old and gray. Like, I will listen to Kanye's first 3 albums. And as far as his ability to produce,
yeah, I mean Chicago.
Chicago.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely the leader in Chicago. I mean, but I don't know though if. Like, if we talk about regions and complete albums, I don't know if the South, I don't know if Chicago, if I had, like, I mean, it's honestly, if we had to talk about albums, like complete albums, I feel like it's gonna be between, well, I don't know, man. I guess this is a matter of opinion, but I just feel like, I don't think, as far as complete albums, I don't think that the South I don't think they've gotten there, because here's why. Like I said, they had it for 20, it's like going on 20 years now, right? And in the beginning, they were making banging albums. Let's say for that first 10 years, maybe. Right? Certain artists were making really good albums. Some of them was trash. But I'm gonna give them a good solid 10 years making good albums, right? Because 3 6 Mafia and all of them, I think they was making really good music. Dungeon Family and all of that. But then the streaming era started creeping in. And I don't think that they're concentrating, when the streaming era, they're not concentrating on making good albums. They're concentrating on making singles. They doing 30 song albums. They doing, I don't know. I don't think they're concentrating on complete albums. I just don't think that. But, that's just me. But speaking of drill music,